The taste of silver was heavy on Harry's tongue, dirty and metallic. It burned his mouth and made him want to retch, but it was either devour that horrid metal or be chained to a wall for the rest of his life. At the passing sound of footsteps, he froze, links still wedged between his teeth. He stared at the battered wooden door, clutching the chain tight to keep it from rattling. The silver scorched his palms, and he winced, biting back a howl. Keep walking. Please keep walking. The footsteps faded, and he started in again, gnawing and pulling until his gums bled. Harry wasn't sure how long he had been trapped inside that small, dark cell. Weeks? Months? There were no windows, so the passage of time was nothing but an endless, dark blur. But long enough that the stink of unwashed flesh and rotting food was common. Time had produced a straggly beard on his chin, one that his captors had shaved that very morning. They weren't gentle. He didn't expect them to be. Harry pulled the chain from his mouth to spit out the bloody grime that coated his teeth. Murky saliva rolled down his chin and under the heavy leather collar that cut into his neck. He swiped it away with a grunt. Harry chomped onto the chain again, tugging the ends down as if it were a stale piece of taffy. The metal gave between his teeth. He was sure of it. Another chomp and his molars sunk into the links, leaving imprints. Almost there. Beads of sweat rolled down his face as he worked his jaws up and down, back and forth, tearing at it like a piece of meat. The muscles in his back bulged with heat as raw animal power shook his bones. His fingers curled, his filthy nails elongating into claws, and his teeth sharpened into fangs. The monster that he fought for so long would be a boon to him this time. He could bite through that damn chain if he let it loose. Unfortunately, the silver against his teeth held the beast down. He nervously watched the door, waiting for someone to catch him in mid-escape. He thrashed his head side to side, nostrils flaring, neck knotting. Get mad! Get furious! Come on, Harry, do something right for once! He thought back to high school and the mocking laughter that had chased him from football tryouts. He forced himself to remember his father's scathing disappointment when he said he didn't want to take over the family business. Harry pushed himself to recall how he had been locked away in a filthy cell, beaten, tortured, and transformed into a damn monster. For what? A good laugh? Some sort of sick joke that he and the other screamers around him weren't in on? Then he remembered her. She was the only one who cared, the only one he trusted back in high school. It was the anger towards himself that pushed him over the edge. Harry threw his head back with a roar, yanking the chain in his now dripping fangs. The sound of clinking metal filled his ears, falling around him in a crescendo. He opened his eyes, gaping at the broken links in his gnarled hands. His rage fled in a rush, and cold enveloped his core. He spat out the broken silver before it burned his mouth further, and then, as if testing his own sanity, slowly rose to his feet. No chain held him down. He could stand upright. A mad cackle slipped from his lips, and he slapped a hand over his mouth, hoping no one heard through the barrage of moans, shouts, and clanking shackles from the other cells. His attention shifted to the door. No footsteps came from the other side, no rattle of keys frantically unlocking the bolts. He held his breath, reaching towards the scarred wood to press his palm against it. It wasn't like the door would have been unlocked all that time. Harry was pretty sure those bastards weren't that stupid. It moved. The hinges creaked, and a crack of light split across his bare feet. Heart pounding, he pushed the door an inch further. No one screamed stop, no one rushed to restrain him. It could have been a trick, or it could have been some moron who forgot to lock the door. Harry swallowed, and he gave one last push. The door swung open.